So welcome back to Half Pace Outdoors and Homestead, guys. I know it's been a long time, something like 6 months, but we had some family stuff that we had to deal with and take care of, and I will explain more of that when we get all the way back to the house site, because me and Deegan needed a day out of the house. We're dealing with all this COVID stuff in the family right now. And everybody in our house has COVID. This is the first day me and Deegan have felt good, so we're outside. So we are going to walk back here, make a fire, get some lunch going, have a discussion, and then when we're walking out, I'll give you guys a little bit of a tour of the new homestead and talk about some things that we got going on around here. So stay tuned. So we did it. We bought the 7.47 acres.
And we found a beer can.
It is right there. Somebody's got to eat her sandwich before we cut this entrance open.
Dad, can I drink? So, what are we going to do?
What are we going to do? We're getting ready to cut the chain off so that we can get in home.
That! Oh, yeah! This is Half Pace Outdoors. Me and Dad are gonna start getting this. We're gonna start getting this started by the generator. The generator makes a lot of power, so when we plug it into the generator, it will start and.
What is that?
A grinder.
What are we going to do with the grinder?
We're gonna cut the chain.
Cut the lock.
Cut the
Okay,
lock.
I gotta get this going.
We're gonna cut the lock. That's the noise of the generator.
See that
Now
hook
we
that
can
you were
take
talking about?
Yeah.
There.
There, we got it. Our home's unlocked, and it's free to
Woo!
Whee! We got that lock, and we cut it off. We cut the lock, and we got it. We cut.
There it goes.
Here we go, guys. We're home.
Our home's now free.
Now the work begins.
Yeah.
Which way are you going to drop this tree?
We're hoping it goes that way.
I asked where I should stand. Very, very, very straight pin-up. So we're hoping to get a very nice straight beam for our house out of it. Look at the top here, sway. There it goes. Ooh, it got caught up. Okay. Oh boy. Oh jeez. Oh oh, I can't believe this is what idea he came up with for this.
Somebody's here. We went pretty basic bro today, and I just brought out some MRE packs because, hey, they're fast. They heat up pretty quick when you get them next to the fire.
Look at them. It's like
There's
they're
a whole
dancing.
bunch in there. Dude, you could put the whole bag in there. I don't care.
I don't want to put them all in.
Okay.
Look at that much. That's a lot.
Quick, easy, gets us out of the house for an hour, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, so to explain our absence a little bit, since I should probably let my supporters know why I have not been here for 6 months. For the ones that follow us on the Facebook pages, you know a little bit about what's going on. So about 6 months ago, 7 months ago, we lost my grandmother to bone and kidney cancer and diabetes issues. And that was pretty rough on the family. She passed away at home. But then, not even 4 months later, I think closer to 3 months after she passed away, right after me and Sarah purchased the 7.5 acre new homestead. And I mean like right after. It was within days of us closing. We lost my grandfather in a pretty horrific house fire. Me, my mom, and my brother, and the entire neighborhood pretty much watched the house burn with Grandpa in it. And going through something like that really kind of changes you. You know, that was the family home. I had 34 years of memories in that house.
Me too. About Mimi.
Mm-hmm. So there's still a very active investigation going on. There's a lot of things that are going on concerning that. So I'll give you guys the details that I can. Me and Sarah decided one night, hey, he went and stayed with his grandmother, with Sarah's mom, so we only had Archer. And we're like, you know what, we're going to put Archer to bed early tonight and just relax and watch a couple movies and have a relaxing night together by ourselves. And so it's like 9:30, I believe, and I get this call from my mom. And Mom never calls that late, so I'm like, all right, something's up. And I answer, and at first it sounded like hysterical laughter. It sounded like she was just laughing her ass off. And I heard her say I heard her some kind of word, so I said, Mom, what? And then I heard it, and she said, Grandpa's house is on fire. I live 15 minutes from my grandparents' house, and I made the drive in under 10. I'd say 7 to 10 minutes. I had to park at the end of the street. When I got to the end of the street, there was only one fire truck there out of the entire township. Damascus EMT passed me on the way in, so I just fell in behind them and got there as fast as I could. And the entire neighborhood is just kind of standing there. Mom hadn't got to the scene yet. I was the first one in the family to the scene. One of the neighbors called her to let her know what was going on. There was a cop car already there. So I guess a police officer and one of the neighbors tried to get into the house, but the house was already completely engulfed in flames. So the house burned for 20 minutes untouched, pretty much. The windows were out of the house. You could see through one of the side walls, through one of the exterior walls. It was a really horrific scene. And Grandpa was nowhere to be found when I got there. They didn't find him until almost an hour and a half later. After the investigation, I mean, that's I'm sorry, that's really all the details that I can give out right now. There was a train blocking the tracks, so the fire department for the town could not get to the house. I mean, we pretty much lost everything. It was a really rough night. I had to take my mom off scene so that they could bring him out of the house. My brother stayed there to see that. And then trying to maintain communication with my uncle who lives states away through the ordeal as best that we could. But my purpose in my job that night was making sure Mom was okay and taking care of my mom. Yeah, it was right after we signed for this, so I mean, guys, that instance took it out of me for a long time, and it's been really rough to find me again. So yeah, we on to better news. I mean, the homestead is coming great. Like I said, we are sitting at the house site right now. Our entire driveway is cut in, except for, like, we're going to have a turnaround. We do not have our turnaround cleared yet. We do not have our house site cleared. It is still raw woods. Yeah, we had no heavy machinery doing the driveway. We pretty much just had our bare hands and chainsaws. I mean, we've had the tractor to help pull the big trees because we're going to send our big trees that we cut out that are straight enough off to a mill and have them milled into beams and posts for inside of our home. We're trying to use as much of our own lumber from the land as we can. So, since we are at the house site now, we haven't really showed you guys a whole lot of our process as far as clearing the driveway from the road back to here, which has been challenging. We have probably taken out close to 80 trees in the driveway alone. The amount of brush that we have had to clear and burn along the way has just been staggering. It's really been a tough journey so far. Our driveway is anywhere from 1,000 to 1,200 feet long. And roughly 8 to 11 foot wide, maybe 12 foot wide in places.
Here it is.
And for those of you who have watched the channel and you know that my legs don't exactly work right, a little bit of my own pride, ownership. You own it, guys. When you do shit like this, own it. Own every inch of it. That's what you're out here to do anyways. I don't have the balance to stand with my chainsaws. So once we made it here and I really looked back and thought about it, I almost wish that we would have recorded it more and documented more of our way in, because what it comes down to is, what's going on? Oh, it's just a bird. I crawled every inch of 1,000 feet to make this work. That's what it's taken. We have not had the money to pay a company to bring their bulldozers in and just push the trees out of the way, lay gravel in. No, we've had to cut every single tree out of our way, every single bush. And you can have a chainsaw, you can have weed whips. It is still a hell of a lot of work. But it's been fun and it's been worth it. Every inch of the way. I don't think I would have had us build any closer to the road than where we are right now.
This is like the perfect spot
It is the perfect spot.
to put our house.
Yep, we don't hear the road noise anymore.
And we see our neighbors passing by in their trucks and cars.
And only every now and then. The neighbor's driveway is actually right over here. And they are almost the entire half-mile in the back of their property.
Woo!
So our land here, we are 145 feet wide. We are 2,245 feet long. So we are roughly just a couple hundred feet short of being a half-mile long. And we're right at 7.47 acres. So
I call it acres.
we will get packed up here in a few minutes and make our way out, and we'll show you guys the driveway along the way so far. That big stump was the absolute last driveway tree to get cut down, and it was a two-trunked 70 foot each, both sides, 70 foot tall. One last look. So this over here is all going to be cleared out for horse pasture area. We are talking about putting a retention pond right in where that little flooded spot's at. Like, we got these, there's two big piles of trash that we got to bring in a roll-off dumpster to get rid of. One of the hardest things that we have had to get rid of so far was the over 200 tires that they dumped in the woods and left here. And luckily, we had a really big help from the township. And they took all of the ones that we had that were off rims for free, instead of us having to pay for their disposal. But that still left us with roughly, I think I got close to 60 of them that are still on rim. Here, let me show you guys this too. So, right over in here, there used to be an old horse barn, an old cinder block horse barn. We used most of those blocks and put them in the driveway for fill. But that whole area, right through here, there's a little brush wall out of silky dogwoods. We're going to clean out the little aisleway in there, and we're going to put a food plot for the deer and turkey in the area. We're going to put one in there, and we're going to put another one right on the other side of the driveway in that little thicket, so that they'll kind of funnel between the two places. There's our how big is this thing? 72 inch? I think I got a 72 inch LMC box blade. That thing has been the tool to have for laying the driveway stone in. Like, that is the way to do it. You gotta have a box blade if you guys are laying in driveways like this. It just, moving the gravel around is so much easier. And leveling is just a breeze.
It really helps.
We did get a new tractor, new-ish. It's a 1962 International B414 gas engine. I'll have a video about that thing at a later time. It's been kind of a headache. I'm talking about putting our other food plot right in here. We have one turn in the driveway. one major turn, so you'll never see the house from the road. And you can't hear the road from where the house is going to be. That's like my favorite part. When we first got here, our driveway would flood over when it rained because the neighbor has a pond and we're downhill from it right here. From here, our property has a real gentle slope uphill. But this is kind of like the lowest area. The neighbor brought in a piece of 18-inch concrete culvert and took the old culvert pipe out that was all clogged up with sediment. And he put a nice new culvert in. Didn't charge us a dime to do it. And yeah, since that culvert's been in, we haven't flooded since. Okay guys, well, the single biggest reason why I have not been able to upload content is because I've just been busy. You know, Grandpa's passing, the way it happened, affected the family on a very major level. There's some of our saw logs that go to the mill. Those are going to be posts and beams in the house. Since we can't do any kind of easy jobs, you know, I never do easy shit. Easy things just don't happen here. I decided that I was going to get back into selling firewood and heating people's homes. And yeah, this is what we've been doing. What I've been doing. It's all covered in snow right now because I messed up and didn't cover it with a tarp the last time I was out here. But business is going pretty good. We get more than a few cords out every week, and we have very happy, satisfied customers. Now, I realize that, hey, if you guys are going to have a homestead and you're living in the woods, aren't you going to be heating with wood? Well, we are. But here's the thing. Why should I let this wood lay on the ground and rot when, because we're not going to burn it. We'll never burn it fast enough. When I can turn around and sell it and make money. So that's where we've been at, and that's what we've been doing. But you know, it's been an incredible journey so far. It's been an incredible experience. I really feel that the things that have happened with us recently have brought our family closer together. It's this project alone has done multitudes for bringing my family closer together. So yeah, I mean, I do apologize for the absence, guys. I really do apologize. I'm sorry to my supporters who have been waiting for me, for us for so long. But we had to change our family dynamic, and we had to. There was just a lot that happened that we had to address before we could come back and start doing this again. So, we are going to be coming back with the live streams. We are going to be coming back with more outdoor content, more homestead content. This is what we do. So, you guys make sure you get on there, hit that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up, share this out with your friends and get them to come along. There's going to be a lot that we do that you guys all want to see. One of the first things we're going to be doing as soon as the ground is thawed enough again is starting to hand drill our own well. So make sure you come in and get involved in that, because it's going to be a really cool thing to see. And we are so excited to get started out here. Alright guys, I'm Zach. I will see you on the next. And as always, find your way.